Okay, today I am reviewing Agatha Christie's The Listerdale Mystery. This one, I had trouble finding the publication for. In fact, I had missed it on my listing of Agatha Christie's works because I was going by the American editions, and this wasn't published in America until more recently. So I downloaded it and listened to it. Some of the stories I'd heard before. This is a lighthearted collection of 12 stories. With the exception of two of the stories, it's about as light as Christie gets. It's going to harken back a little bit more to kind of the Bundle Brent story novels, Secret of Chimneys and the Seven Dials mystery. Some of the light feel of Partners in Crime. These are very interesting stories. Some of them aren't even murder mysteries. Some of them, I would call them more a collection of adventure stories. I'll read to you from my Pocket Essential Guide to Agatha Christie just a brief description of each of the stories. The Listerdale Mystery. A cheap townhouse seems to have a shady past. Philomel Cottage. The arrival of an old flame produces grim nightmares. The Girl on the Train. A young playboy hides a girl in his train carriage. Sing a Song of Sixpence. An eccentric wealthy aunt is murdered. The Manhood of Edward Robinson. A mild-mannered shop clerk wins a fortune. Accident. A retired inspector suspects a woman to be a dangerous husband killer. Jane in Search of a Job. A girl is asked to impersonate a duchess. A Fruitful Sunday. A young couple finds something exciting in a basket of cherries. Mr. Eastwood's Adventure. A mystery writer is arrested for murder. The Golden Ball. A disowned nephew's offer of marriage leads to trouble. The Rajah's Emerald. A cuckold clerk stumbles across a valuable jewel. And Swan Song. A soprano seeks revenge at a charity performance. And the context here, I'll just read again from this book. A selection of mysteries, most of them lighthearted, some of them romantically inclined, that appeared in America in various different collections over the years. The strongest collection of Christie's non-detective short stories, and best two here being Philomel Cottage and The Accident. I would agree with that, though I do like the lighter stories. Philomel Cottage has a really nice build to it. It's a young woman who suspects that her husband is a wife killer and that she's going to be one in a long line of women who have been killed by this man. She's convinced of it, and she's very rich, and she suspects he wants to kill her for her money. I really liked the build of this story. This collection was read by Hugh Fraser, who is better known to Christie fans as the actor who plays Captain Hastings in the David Suchet versions of the Poirot adaptations on the BBC. He does a great job with this collection. As far as some of the lighter stories that I liked, I really liked Jane in Search of a Job. Here you have a young woman who has no money, has trouble paying her rent, has to subsist off of very little, like a piece of toast and an egg for breakfast, and she's asked to impersonate this duchess who fears that she's going to be assassinated. The characters in these stories are very fun-loving. They're very adventuresome. They're always ready to take on a dare. In the Manhood of Edward Robinson, we see a man who's kind of a milquetoast, mousy type of character engaged to this domineering woman, and one night of adventure is enough to change him. So we have very interesting characters. There's not a lot more to say about this collection except that it's a very enjoyable collection to read, or in my case listen to. I recommend it. It's not my favorite collection of short stories. I would have to give it, I would say it's more like a 3.5 out of 5, even though the Christie Pocket Essential Guide gives it a 5 out of 5. I give it 3.